When we are talking about North, we are always talking about long distances, and when we are talking about northern Russia, the distances are not only long, they are also difficult and exciting. In the early 90s, in many cases, we traveled by bus to Murmansk with some group of journalists or some other people. From Ivalo to Murmansk, it's 300 kilometers with 200 kilometers of basically nothing. Once I remember when we were all sitting in a bus and there was somebody sitting in the middle of the road. It was a very big, very lazy bear who was just sitting there. The bus was stopping and the bear was watching on us, and then it slowly started to walk away to the woods, and it didn't wave to us, but it in a way watched us all the time and like telling I'm the boss here. Here on the background you can see the picture of the city of Murmansk, and for most people the name Murmansk sounds like a very hostile place, but when you know people from there, when you have been sitting in a kitchen there until midnight, when you have been visiting the newspaper offices, talking with your colleagues about their work, see how they are doing, when you know where this street is leading, what's in the end of the street, it's a totally different experience, and it's actually something that is very important for me in all this Barents cooperation. I have had the privilege of meeting with people, of seeing the places, of feeling them. It's something that is very difficult to give somebody else in this Barents cooperation. You really need to have these personal contacts, personal relationships, experiences. Without them, it's just a kind of theory, a framework, just some meeting somewhere.
The Arctic Center was founded in 1989, and the Information Service and Library has been a central part of Arctic Center from the beginning. And since Arctic Center's goal has been very international from the beginning, the library as well has done cooperation in circumpolar area and the Barents area. One example of the cooperation was a project called Berenike in the end of 90s and in the beginning of this century. And the aim of the project was to get people acquainted with each other across the borders in Barents area and get people to know each other's work. And since the Berenike project we have had contacts with people in Murmansk and Arkangel and even Komi and in Sweden, Norway, and it has meant that we have been able to ask copies of Russian articles from those people we know there. We have asked help from them, they have asked help from us. The libraries in Barents area have had cooperation already 40 years. We have had so-called Barents Library conferences every second year, and last August the libraries in Rovaniemi area, the public library and the Lapland University Consortium Library together organized the Barents Library Conference here in Rovaniemi. We had here around 150 people, and of course every meeting means that you get to know some new people whom you can, it's much easier to contact them afterwards if you have something to ask from them. So the basic idea of getting people to meet each other is still going on.
Arctic Center of the University of Lapland is very much involved in the Barents media cooperation and Barents-related information work. We have had a project that has created a database, Barents Info, collecting all kind of current Barents-related information together. We have an agreement of information cooperation with International Barents Secretariat in Kirkenes, and now we are starting a new big project called Barents Media Sphere. And in this Barents Media Sphere we are going to boost Barents media cooperation between journalists and media companies. It is, I feel that it's a very good example of cooperation that goes across the borders in Europe and in Northern Europe in general. So in Barents cooperation, the borders do not mean so much. What means are places, peoples, contacts that flow at the moment quite freely across the borders. It's totally another kind of world where we are living at the moment than it was 20 years ago.